Wow, it's great to have you on my YouTube channel this morning. My name is Lugat Sado, and like you know, I teach sociology. But today I want to take you through, or rather begin a series of what I have titled Dangerous Habits of Poor People. Dangerous Habits of Poor People. Now, the first habit I like us to consider this morning is the habit of excuse making. The habit of excuse making. What's an excuse? An excuse is a defense of some behavior. So when we put up a defense of any behavior that is annoying and that is offensive, we are actually giving excuses. An excuse also is a defense of failure to keep a promise. When we fail to keep promises, when we fail to do as told, we make excuses. Excuses have never created greatness. In fact, if for anything, excuses give credence to failure. A lot of people have a catalog, or permit me to even say, a library full of excuses. They have 1,000,001 reasons why a particular thing cannot be done, or why a particular assignment cannot be achieved. Yet, they lack just one vocabulary to express their willingness. I mean their willingness and the desirability to carrying out such assignment or task. Never you tolerate the art of excuse giving in your life. Don't become an excuse manufacturer. People do not take responsibility, and because of the inability to take responsibilities, we end up providing and making several excuses. Have the ability to say, yes, I can, and go ahead and making sure that you are able to fulfill the promise that you have made or whatever pledge that is desired of you. People give excuses for failure. People give excuses for stagnation. People give excuses for not doing well in life. For instance, as a university lecturer, I hear students complain every now and then. Each time they don't do well in their courses, they blame the lecturers. Oftentimes, they say that it is because the class was too large and I wasn't hearing the lecturer teach. Oftentimes, you hear them say that the exam was impromptu or the test was too difficult to comprehend, and so they wrote out of point. But you see, no excuse giver ever climbs up the ladder. In fact, no excuse giver ever becomes successful. Those who have succeeded in life are those who, in spite of the challenges they face, went head on and headlong with the challenge and went ahead to achieving results. Have you ever imagined those who manufactured the aeroplane? I'm sure they would have given excuses like we do to say it is not possible for a metal to fly. For example, this is a metal. Now, the law of gravity says whatever goes up comes down. So naturally, it goes down. But people thought about it and said, look, we can't defy that law of gravity. And so, they manufactured the aeroplane. And today, we can fly from one place to another. Again, people manufactured the ship, the sailing boats, to float on top of water. Have you ever imagined dropping a piece of metal inside water? Do you imagine that when you do that, what is going to happen? But people defied the possibility of sinking and went ahead. And today, we can use the waters for transportation. Never give an excuse for your failure. Take the failure as a challenge. Focus on the challenge and provide solutions to it. Employers of labor are looking for the I can mentality people. You know, our world today is in dire need of people who will not provide excuses for failure. Many people stay back at home in Nigeria during elections and refuse to vote. You know why? Some of them say that their votes will not count. And that is an excuse that has allowed evil people to perpetuate themselves in our political space. Many people give excuses for failure and refuse to use their God-given abilities. There are great writers who never wrote. There are great singers who have refused to sing. There are great footballers who have refused to play football because they blame themselves and blame their background. See, those who have succeeded came from the same background as us. So let's stop giving excuses. I'll share with you some things that will help you overcome excuses for you to move away from the category of poor people and frustrated people and step into the realm of excellence and success, the first thing you must do, if you must overcome the habit of excuse making, is that be confident. Be confident about your abilities. Be confident about your capacity. Be confident about what you can do. Never accept a no. Give it all it takes, and if you don't have the capacity, develop yourself. Develop yourself, keep developing yourself, keep trying, keep pushing. And with time and with performance and with improvement, you will realize that you no longer make excuses. So beyond being confident, a second thing is that learn to be creative. Do not always approach a problem from one angle. There are many sides to a story, There are many ways to kill an ant. There are different ways to kill a rat in your house. Do not always think that the way to kill a rat is with a sledgehammer. In Africa, you can use rat poison. You can use a rat gum catcher. You can decide to use a stick, a club to kill a rat. You can even use a trap to catch a rat and several others. So be creative. Creative people do not take no for an answer. If they fail in one approach, they create a second approach. And if that second approach fails, they create a third approach. You don't ever give up. A third thing you must do is that be convincing. Be convincing. Convince yourself and be convincing that, look, this assignment that has been given to me is doable. There is nothing that is beyond us as humans. Remember, nobody thought that we could even fly in the air. Today, people go to space. People fly to different planets of the world. On Earth. Of the world, I beg your pardon. And that in itself shows to us that you need to be convincing. Don't allow failure to convince you to remain a failure. No. A last thing I need you to do is that be challenging. Challenge yourself and challenge the problem. Be able to look at the assignment before you and say, look, I'm going to conquer you. I'm going to prevail over you.